Every time I pass a sign indicating Eldersville, my heart races, and memories of that harrowing night flood back. It was late evening when my old sedan started acting up. The engine sputtered, and then a thud reverberated, my tire going flat. Cursing, I steered to the side of Hartsville Road. Glancing around, the thick woods and the encroaching darkness didn't exactly spell comfort. Almost immediately, an eerie stillness enveloped the area. The only sound was the distant hoot of an owl and the incessant chirping of crickets. Then, out of nowhere, a cold gust hit, extinguishing the lantern I had set by the tire. In that brief moment of darkness, a shrill whisper called out, "Leave." Startled, I reignited the lantern, but the whisper had unnerved me. Determined to fix the tire quickly, I set to work. But then, the shadows began to play tricks. Figures seemed to flit between the trees, always just out of clear sight. The whispers grew louder, more pronounced, echoing my name over and over. Just when I thought I was losing my mind, I heard the clear, distant sound of children laughing. The chilling part? There were no houses nearby, and it was way past midnight. The laughter came closer and closer until it felt like it was right behind me. Whipping around, there was nothing. As I continued with the tire, a cold hand suddenly gripped my ankle, yanking me to the ground. Panicking, I kicked and managed to break free, stumbling back into my car, locking the doors. The outside grew foggy, the lantern's light fading as thick mist enveloped the vehicle. But even through the fog, I could see faces pressed against the window, their hollow eyes staring deep into mine, their whispers now desperate pleas. Time seemed to stretch endlessly. The car's interior grew frigid, my breath fogging up the windows. I heard thuds on the roof, like someone or something was on top. Desperate, I tried the ignition, praying my sedan would roar to life. After a heart-stopping moment, it did. Slamming the gas pedal, I sped away, leaving the lantern and tools behind. The further I drove, the denser the mist became. The faces and whispers slowly faded, but new horrors awaited. Every so often, shadowy figures would dart in front of the car, forcing me to swerve dangerously. Trees seemed to come alive, their branches reaching out as if trying to trap me. Dawn's first light seemed ages away. My hope was dwindling when suddenly another vehicle's headlights appeared in the distance. As it approached, I recognized it as a pickup truck. The driver, an old man, signaled me to stop. I hesitated but eventually pulled over. Introducing himself as Gary, he commented on my disheveled appearance. When I recounted my ordeal, he solemnly nodded, "Hartsville Road claims many, but you're one of the lucky ones." He guided me out of Hartsville's treacherous stretch, mentioning how many have gone missing on that very road over the years. We reached the main highway as dawn broke, and Gary, with a final warning glance, said, "Son, some roads aren't meant to be traveled, especially after sunset." I sped away from Eldersville, vowing never to return. But the scars of that night, both mental and the very real ones on my ankle, serve as constant reminders of the terrors that lurk in the dark, especially on Hartsville Road.